Welcome back to the channel. Today's episode, we are looking at T-Mobile's 5G network, and it is absolutely cooking with gas. We've got upgrades that are scaling. We've got upgrades to the upgrades that are starting to scale. I'm going to share with you some screenshots from community members, viewers, subscribers, supporters, and I'm going to show you guys what exactly is going on. Now, I'm going to be very specific about this. This is extremely regional. It is very localized. Meaning, in certain places, this is happening in full force, and in certain places, we haven't seen it yet. So just be mindful of this. But do comment down below what you're seeing and, share with me some of your experiences and kind of what's happening in your neck of the woods. So just shared with me from the homie Franco. Appreciate you sending this by email. These are fast.com speed tests and some ookla speed tests. And I'm not sure about the city. I forget, Franco, if you could comment down below if you like. This is a fast.com speed test here. And what this is showing us is 1.2 gigabits per second on T-Mobile's N41. This is not millimeter wave. This is not the regular 5G. This is the 5G ultra capacity N41. What we are starting to see is in the NSA form, we're starting to see gigabit speed performance. 1.2 gigs per second is incredible capacity and throughput that is plenty sufficient, not only for mobile networking, but capacity that could potentially serve T-Mobile home internet users who otherwise wouldn't have a good quality home ISP, potentially bad cable companies, even expensive fiber options. This might be good for people that are on DSL and satellite as a completely much better replacement. All right, so 1.2 gigs per second. Previously, I believe his speeds were like half of this, or maybe even less. This tells me they're starting to upgrade backhaul on sites. When we discuss backhaul, we're talking about the fiber capacity that is run to the tower sites. T-Mobile appears to be willing to start paying an increase in the capacity for higher capacity fiber. All right, some other images he shared with me. Here's an ookla speed test taken on June 26th in the morning. It looks like 1 gigabit per second, right? 1,000 megs and 55 on the uplink. That's really good. Very usable. I do believe he uses the T-Mobile home internet. However, these speed tests seem to be taken from his device on device data from his device. And I'm not sure what phone he was using. Okay, S22. Got it. So the Samsung. And speeds look pretty good. Lots of capacity there. Here's another one showing the test there. 45 ping, 10 millisecond jitter. Those two things are not great, but the capacity is definitely there. All right, so that one is from Franco. Appreciate you sending that out. From Green, very similar results, right? This taken a few days after, 8:30 in the morning, 1,000 megabits per second, right? 1 gig, 64 up. Here, we see that maybe the jitter a little bit better. It's a little bit lower. In terms of the responsiveness of the network, we like to see that, right? The latency is low. So that's awesome. Here's another test taken essentially the same performance, 1,000 megs per second, 69 megs on the uplink. Good stuff there. Let's see here. No packet loss. All right, so that's awesome. All right, good stuff from Green and Franco. And last one from the homie EM Tech on the Twitter, 1,000 megabits per second, 51 megabits up, right? So 1,000 down, 51 up, and then ping times 66. That could use some work. A little bit of jitter at 7 milliseconds, but it is clearly happening. They are starting to upgrade backhaul. So instead of staying on the 1 gig circuit or whatever, the fiber, it looks like they're moving multi-gig and they're actually getting more out of their spectrum. Guys, these connections, like if you look at N41 for example, they have 100 megahertz on these N41 channels right now. And with standalone 5G, that's going to increase, right? They can add more channel bandwidth, they can start to aggregate channels. They're going to have to utilize multi-gig circuits to achieve that, or else you're not really doing anything, right? You can definitely increase performance, and that was one of the things that people were, very critical about Verizon for like the last year or so. About T-Mobile. When are they going to increase backhaul? When are we going to start to see more capacity? I want the T-Mobile home internet. I want to have a more capacitive experience in my region. Now I think we're going to start to see it. And it comes on the heels of Verizon and AT&T rapidly upgrading C-band, right? So they want to stay ahead, right? They've got this 2-year 5G jump, right? The 5G stimulus with the T-Mobile and Sprint merger, and they want to stay out ahead. And they can do that just simply by sites that have already been upgraded. Now you can upgrade the fiber circuits and get the backhaul at higher capacity, and you can have much more speed. And the speed individually per person doesn't really matter. It's creating the capacity that will prevent congestion and give people the ability to have a capacitive experience regardless of the network load, right? So 1.2 gigs. Somebody shared like a 1.7 gigabit per second speed test with me, and I forget where it was. I think it was Oregon or something like that. They are starting to really upgrade backhaul here. Now that is more expensive. It is more higher cost. It increases their OpEx, but it's something that they're going to have to do if they're going to truly get the most out of their network assets. So I'll leave you guys with this. In my market, they're not doing this yet. I'm seeing like 600, 700 as the max downlink capacity. Uh, if they upgrade a backhaul, we would probably see over gigabits per second. But I haven't seen it yet, so I'll be watching for that. And in your market, tell me what you guys are seeing if you're testing T-Mobile. Sound off in the comment section below. You are the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard. Like, share, subscribe for more, and turn on the bell notifications icon to never miss an upload. Links in the description for my Twitter, my email, and also the Patreon page. The link is there. Check that out if you guys want more content, exclusives, and early access content. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Peace.